Welcome to East Texas Red Barn Cooking with your guy, Texas T. Texas T here. You're ready? It's time to do some cooking, y'all. Hello, everybody. Texas T here. Friday afternoon, we're gonna fire this grill up and throw some ribs on. It's a little bit late to get this thing started, but hey, it's all right. It's Friday. We're gonna do it to it. We're gonna throw some ribs on. Like I said, I've got baby back and I have St. Louis style, and we're gonna use my family recipe for the barbecue sauce, good old South Carolina mustard sauce. Comes straight from my great-grandfather. And so we're going to see if we can do these things right, do them justice. I hope so, for my family's sake. We'll see you soon. All right, here we go. A couple of racks, baby backs, St. Louis style. It's kind of surprised on these St. Louis style. Not too bad. Not a big flap on there. And not much fat really to trim off a little bit, but yeah, these are going to be pretty good. And again, after the last time, I'm not going to pull this membrane off anymore. I'm just going to score it up with a knife. It turned out pretty well last time. All right, I coated these real good with mustard, kind of a sticking agent from the seasonings, and I'm making some Carolina mustard sauce anyway, so it all goes together. Also, for my seasonings, I'm going to use this Carolina seasoning. We're going to keep it real. Rub some butt. Slap some on. That's what it is right there. Carolina seasoning. Some mustard, vinegar, and spice seasoning. So we're going to doctor these babies all up, get them ready to go. Now, I do got these all seasoned up now with the Carolina seasoning. On top of that, I put some light brown sugar. I usually use dark brown sugar, but on this I use light brown sugar. There is sugar in that Carolina seasoning already, but I wanted to add a little more. And then you sprinkle on there, pat it down a little bit, let it sit for a few minutes, and then it'll start to dissolve and stick to it, the ribs real good. And I always do the back side first, my rib side. That way when you do lose a little bit of seasonings, it's not from your meaty side. So I always start on the back. Anywho, here we go. We're about to get this all finished up. That's all the seasonings I'm going to put on this thing. And we're going to, I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil, spray, and I'm going to spray on top of them just to keep those seasonings down when I throw them on the grill. So, anyway, here we go. Oh yeah, you can see all those sugars starting to dissolve. It's going to be good. Make a nice little coating on these things. All right. I am, like I did before, going to grill these things on each side first. And I'm using a fork, big long fork, instead of tongs. That way I don't scrape off the seasoning stuff with the tongs yet. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fork this pork and get it on the grill, baby. All right, now we've got these ribs grilled on each side. Actually, I wish all of them looked like this one on the bottom right. There's a good char on there. That's how I wanted them to be. But anyway, I'm getting on with it. I'm going to do, the old basic 3-2-1 method. I tell you what, that comes out the most tender ribs you can make. It's basically fail-proof. But I don't want actually fall off the bone ribs. I'm not looking for that. So I modified. I'm going to do, actually, this is going to be a 1.5, 1-1. type of thing, since I've already grilled them this way. It knocks off some time on my grilling or on my my slow cook. So now I'm cranking this thing up to about 250, which is a little hotter than I normally do ribs. You definitely don't want to rush ribs unless you want some tough ribs. The slower the better, but because I cooked them the way I did in the beginning already, and I need to speed up the time a little bit and to do this 1.5, 1-1. I'm going to cook them about 250, right around 250. Usually I try to stay about 225, but I'm going to increase the heat, lower the time, and they're still going to come out all right. I'm pretty sure about it. Now, in the meantime, we're going to whip up this Carolina sauce. Makes quite a bit, and I tried to add a couple extra things to thicken it up a little bit, but I don't think I'll do that next time. I guess this sauce is supposed to be pretty thin. So, anywho, this is apple cider vinegar, ketchup, mustard seed, cayenne pepper, red pepper, black pepper. There's salt in it, brown sugar, some lemons in it. Alright, this is after the initial half an hour of grilling and about an hour and a half indirect heat cooking. We're going to pull them off, throw them in the pan, get them ready to cover up, add a few things to them. Shoot, those already feel tender. Oh man, these are gonna be good. So, oh yeah, baby, we're gonna slap some butter on these things. You can never go wrong with butter. Some people don't. Some people they'll spritz them with apple juice or something like that, and, apple cider, whatever. But we got our own little thing going on here. So first, we're gonna add this butter. Alright, be sure you use enough pans to where all of your ribs can be in the bottom, sit in the bottom. So we got the butter on there. Now we're going to add, this is actually the dark berry Dr. Pepper. Put about a half a can in each. They use a lot of different things. Be sure you wrap them up good and tight, get them good and sealed, and you're going to cook them indirect heat for the next hour and a half to 2 hours. Now these babies have been braising in their juices here for the last hour and a half or so. We're going to remove these off and put them back on unwrapped and let them slow cook for another hour or so. Alright, here we go. We're going to put these sauces on here. I've got my tried, loved, and true sweet sauce that I make. And then we got the family recipe South Carolina sauce right over here. So we're going to pour these on here and let them cook for a little while with this barbecue sauce on there and see how we did. Now this sauce here, the Carolina sauce down there, I'm gonna do like half of my barbecue sauce. Well, I guess the other one's my barbecue sauce now since I just made it. Anyway, I'm gonna get it all good and coated on both sides. And this Carolina sauce, it's a lot thinner. I added a few things to it. I took the recipe and did it as best as I could and added a few things to it. It's a lot thinner than I expected, so I added some things to try to thicken it up a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't, it is whatever it is, how they make it. And I don't know, we'll see if I did any good on this thing. So we're gonna get these all smoothed around, flip them over to the other side, and let these cook for about another 20 20 minutes or so with these sauces on here and see if I jacked it up or not. All right, we're getting these babies pulled off. So we pretty much did basically a 2, 2, and 1 method. 2 hours unwrapped, 2 hours wrapped, and then an hour back on the grill. So we'll see how they work. Oh my goodness, these are going to be good. Texas tea, can't wait. And here we go. Voila. Those look good. Good ribs, some good veggies. Bon appetit. Oh man, these things are tender and quite juicy. Very good.